All right, guys, thanks for stopping by the channel. So today we are going to throw the Optimum Idol Pearl and the Optimum Idol. Going to give you a little comparison, what to expect when you're throwing this. I just threw a few warm-up shots. It's pretty broken down. There's a lot of oil down lane, so I am throwing the ball a little bit slower than normal and standing quite a bit right from where I normally stand, 5 boards, I believe. But as we go along, I'll talk about it and see what we think. All right, so we're gonna start with the Optimum Idol Pearl. Excuse me, the Optimum Idol today. And again, I am standing quite a bit right and quite a bit, throwing the ball quite a bit slower, just trying to keep the ball going down the lane here. No, that's horrible. But it got back. All right, so that first ball was not very good. I got that out way too far, and but it still came back. I threw that about a half and a mile an hour slower than I normally do. But let's see if I can throw a quality shot here. That's better. Much better. All right. I'm gonna see if we can move a board and a half left and keep this thing going. Try to get this ball out over my mark. That's better. Ooh, tripped out the 10. All right, that was a board and a half. Let me go another board and a half left and see if I can get it to come back. I'm gonna slow the ball down a little bit, shape the lane just a tiny bit, hopefully. That's a good shot. So I'm 3 boards left of where I was. And I moved my eyes about a board and a half. That was probably 2 boards at the arrows. Kind of came around that a little bit, but it worked out. You know, plenty of hold in the middle. We're gonna throw 2 more with this ball, and then we'll move on to the Optimum Idol Pearl. All right, so we're still at 3 boards left from where I started. Let's see. All right, still plenty to move. All right, this is the last shot with this ball. So that ball was my normal speed. Somewhere between 15 and a half and 16 miles an hour, according to the lane machines here. But that's because the ball wasn't as angular. I had it tucked in a little bit. So we're gonna go another board and a half left and just see for the last shot. Nope. Wow. Holy smokes, I did not expect that. All right, we got the Optimum Idol Pearl now. And that last ball kind of surprised me because I tugged it from where I was looking. I be honest with you, I'm not sure that ball would have come back had I gotten it out where I was looking. But, you know, that's part of bowling on a house shot. Even though it's torn down, there's still a ton of oil out there. So I'm gonna start with the Pearl here. I'm gonna start where I started with the original Optimum Idol and just see what we've got. Oh, that was right off my hand, but it came back. Kind of slipped a little bit. All right, so the last ball fell right off my hand. So I'm gonna try to get one out to my mark and actually throw it, hold on to it a little bit, and see what the ball will actually do. That was better. Ooh, that jumped on me. I kind of didn't think that was gonna come back, but that actually moved pretty good. All right, so let's see if we can keep this momentum going. That ball was a little bit slower than I normally would throw it, but we'll see. I got it off my hand clean that time. I tugged in a little bit. Wow, it holed, tripped 4. All right, so that last ball was just a really bad shot off my hand. But I could get away with it on a house shot, which is not ideal. I don't want to be doing that, but I'll take it. Tripped 4. That doesn't happen to me very often. That was much better. Oh, ring in 10. So in the few shots that I've thrown that were halfway decent with the Pearl, you know, overall hook seems to be fairly similar to the Optimum Idol, but it is a little bit longer. I think that's why I left that 10 pin. I think it's with the oil down lane. I think it's, you know, just not quite as sharp on the back end as it would normally be if we had a semi broken down pattern. But I'm going to move 2 boards left and see what we get with that. That's a good ball. Yeah, so I stayed with that ball a little bit longer. I got it out to the friction zone. This ball comes hard off the spot. Even with this torn down lane here, that was not what I expected, honestly. All right, so I'm going to stay in the same spot and see if I can repeat that shot again. Nope. But it's going to come back. I threw that a little slower, so you know, I got a little bit more back end on it. That is the one thing I will say about this ball that I'm noticing, not even just now, but even when I've thrown it other times. You can slow the ball down and really get this one to shape nicely, which is a nice tool to have in your bag when you need a little bit more angle. Like right now, these lanes, if I were to throw it 15.5 to 16 miles an hour, that ball would just skid. So I'm able to throw it 15.5. That was just a 15 to 15.5. That was just a little bit slower than 15. And it just rolled right back. Let's go another 2 boards left and see what we have here. See if I can get it out to that same friction point and get it to come back. Okay, it came back. And you could tell that one was much longer and a little bit more snappy on the back. Think I was probably in a little bit thicker oil for a little bit longer. Again, that actually was, you know, good speed on that ball for what I normally throw it. But I have a feeling that if I keep going left, I'm going to eventually start leaving 10 pins. Let's see. Let's go another 2 boards. So this will be a total of 6 boards left from where I started. See what happens. Nope. Yeah, so I missed it right. All right, so I'm going to stay where I was at. Try to get it out to my spot. I don't want to miss it right, and see what happens. I was very shocked that ball even made its way back to the head pin, but that bodes well. I'm surprised that 7 pin didn't get tripped out. That was better. All right, so we just keep moving left. I'm going to move another 2. I'm going to throw 2 more shots, move another 2 left, and just see. By the way, for reference, I am standing with my right foot on 27. Well, it's going to be 28 now. And I have a tendency to drift a little bit to the left up to the lane. So I'm a few boards left of that when I slide. All right. Nope, that was bad. But yeah, you can't miss it that far right. All right, last shot. Again, standing at about 28 with my right foot. Well, see, I'm not sure. Yeah, so I'm just a little too far left at this point for the rotation that I put on the ball. All right, so what did we learn today about these balls? Well, for what I'm bowling on, I feel like the Pearl is a little too angular, although I think I could score with it. That little bit of early hook that I'm getting with the Optimum Idol just seemed to suit my eye better. Like I said, once I moved too far left with that Pearl ball, I just couldn't get it to round the corner and kick out the 10 pin, and I threw some bad shots too. But I will prove one point. The Optimum Idol Pearl was meant to complement the Optimum Idol. And I believe it does that. You know, I was able to move farther left, still get it back to the pocket. It is longer. I'm going to guess a couple, 2-3 feet longer maybe. So it is a bit longer, and it is a bit more snappy on the back end. And I can tell you from experience on a fresh pattern that it is stronger than the Optimum Idol. You know, I think it hooks more boards. Also, I was surprised I didn't trip out some of those 7 pins I left. If you don't have a ball with the AI core technology, and I don't know how all that works, but those balls just hit harder, and I trip a few more 4 pins with them. I carry more of those light mixers than I ever did, and I trip out a lot of 7 pins, you know, where the pin comes out of the gutter and kicks that 10 pin out. So with it, I don't know what it does exactly, but I can tell you that it does hit harder. Again, I'm not paid by anybody. Storm does not sponsor me. Everything I'm throwing here is bought on my accord, telling you my personal experience with this. If you guys find this video at all helpful, please like and subscribe. That would help me out a lot. Also, I wouldn't be doing any justice to myself or the company that does sponsor me, which is I Am Bowling. If you guys are in the market for a new jersey and you want to try something different, give them a shot. They are awesome. They're super comfortable, super lightweight. They have a ton of options. And use my code CMITCH20, CMITCH20 for 20% off any of your orders. Appreciate the time, guys. Thank you.